What were you looking for when you decided to attend Alpha?
I really just wanted to expand my knowledge of the history of the start of the church.
More answers.
It was a refresher. It was going back through the Christian education and then some of the difficult questions about, who is God? What is God all about? What did Jesus do for us? Why did Jesus die on the cross?
I knew that I had a lot of questions about my faith.
Did you have any doubts?
I was nervous.
I was a little trepidatious just because they were the big questions that were going to be discussed, and I didn't know necessarily if I would like the answers.
I thought there would be people that knew a lot more than I knew.
How did it turn out?
You get a random group of people that don't necessarily know each other or know each other well. And the first few classes were a little, I don't want to say awkward, but it took a few sessions to really get the conversation flowing.
We would be split into smaller groups so we could have a more intimate discussion, and then became one big group at the end.
It was funny as you went from the first session where everybody was kind of shy and awkward, and then it evolved. Everybody got really close and were more open with each other.
Did you have any reservations about the idea of a weekend devoted to Alpha?
Well, I had a few reservations just because I didn't, especially at the beginning of the session, I'm like, I'm not going away for a weekend with a bunch of strangers. Are you people nuts?
Yeah, it was scary for me.
And for me, I was a bit nervous about the time commitment at first, because with busy schedules, there's a lot going on in your life. The weekend is usually the opportunity to catch up. So the idea of going away for a weekend and leaving all this work behind was a little unsettling at first.
What did you like about the Alpha sessions?
I liked a lot of things about the Alpha sessions. I enjoyed the food. The food was great. We were really lucky. There were a lot of really good kitchen angels that supported us.
Definitely the food. I enjoyed the food.
The video content was just exceptional. It was a really good product that they produced with the broad-based interviews. A lot of the young people are involved in all the interviews and the open questions. The testimonials through that video presentation was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You get to know a lot of different people that you might have not just met by going to church.
And that's the benefit of a small group, right? You develop that I guess, safety net of, you know what, this is a safe place. There are no stupid questions. And that was neat with our small group in Alpha, because they do have the set number of questions that they ask. And sometimes it was yes, no, and we were done. But other times it was, oh, well, that's a good question. Well, had we thought about this? Had we thought about that? And then you just go in a completely different direction than you had intended to. But it was a great place where you ended up. Just like a runaway freight train, it was great.
What were your lasting impressions?
When I went into it, I had an intellectual understanding of Christianity and what the church was about. Through the course of the sessions, I felt like I was starting to internalize stuff. So I wasn't necessarily believing stuff up here. I was starting to believe it in my heart, and having a deeper appreciation for Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, which is a question I'd always struggled with and couldn't understand.
The lasting impression was definitely how I changed myself.
The best way, I think, is when we got home, we kind of felt like we were on this high. And I remember looking at myself in the mirror, and the face that was there just seemed younger, fresher. Like 10 years have been put back in my life. So it was just really a weird experience. And that lasted for about 2-3 days.
How did Alpha change your life?
I believe it has equipped me to grow in my faith.
I love my father very much, but he was always, Jesus had some great rules, lots of good lessons, but raised from the dead, that's a pretty cool trick. That was kind of his mindset. So, but for me, my aha moment was, well, if he's God, yeah, then absolutely he can raise from the dead. So I had to have that faith of, well, why not? Like, nobody raises from the dead, of course not. But if you're God, then of course you can. It's no big deal.
I think that our relationship has become a lot closer since we've done the Alpha experience.
Would you recommend Alpha to your best friend?
I would recommend Alpha to my best friend.
I would absolutely recommend Alpha to my best friend, my worst enemy, everybody.